little stretch. If you can see the GPS here, if it'll get you to focus in. There we go. So we've came all the way from the trailhead, and now we're walking out onto the peninsula. Just a little ways to go here. I figured I'd let you guys join me on the final leg of this trip in. As we hike down through here, this is the Peninsula Trail coming back from that way. The early part of the trail before it forked off to come out here to the peninsula was nice and wide and well maintained and groomed. I'll be honest, this part of the trail, as you can see, is a little narrower. It's still pretty well maintained. As you can see up here, there's been some dead branches down from the storm that came through here a few days ago. There's been some areas that I've had to walk through that literally the overgrowth on both sides was brushing you. The trail got pretty narrow, but overall it's still been really easy to hike. It's been a good trail. I would still rate this trail very high so far. And just this one little last stretch to go here, up and over this ridge, and it should take us down to the lake shore where the campsites are. We've got lake on both sides of us, although you can't really see it right now. We will be coming up to the lake here pretty soon. Look at that old beech tree. Wow. It's cool. It's pretty neat. A lot of variety of trees out here in this particular section. We've gone through several areas that has had some pine groves and other things. A lot of walnut and oak and hickory and everything else out here. This has got quite a few oaks in it that we're walking through right now. Tulips. There's a shagbark hickory over here. As you can see, some nice white acorns all over out here. I've seen some big ones too. If you guys didn't know, little learning lesson here. So this is a red oak leaf right here coming off of this red oak tree. Actually, that's a white oak tree there, but we've got a red oak here next to it. The difference you can tell, a red oak, see how the leaves are pointy there on the end, almost like a spear. Those are red oaks. I teach my scouts red like the Indians used to use spears and arrows. And then the white oaks have a rounded leaf, very similar to that one up in there. Let's see if I can find a rounded oak leaf laying on the ground around here somewhere. I'm looking. I'm not seeing. There's going to be a white oak leaf on it, but they're going to have a rounded edge on them. There you go. There's a good white oak leaf. Maple. So there's a lot of different trees out here that you guys can identify. If you're bringing, like me, going to bring a scout troop back through here, always make a learning lesson out of it with a lot of different things. Tree identification is a great one to do while hiking. Man, look at that, just open up down through this ridge. That's a pretty good drop down through there. I don't know how well the camera shows, but it wouldn't be bad going down, but it would not be fun coming back up that. But it looks like the trail's about to turn and go down through here. I can see a good 200 yards down through this stuff right now. So definitely opening up. I hear a breeze. Means the lake's not far away. The temperature's still pretty cool. I'd say it's probably 60, 65 through here right now. A lot of traffic, a lot of years passed on that. Maybe one of you out there seeing your own name on this tree, because there's a lot of them. Wow. Over there, big burl on that tree over there. here, covered in woodpecker holes going up. So definitely a lot of learning lessons out here. I hear a squirrel up above me cutting nuts, dropping them down to the forest floor. A lot of fungus out here. You can always do some fungus identification and talk about that. Seen some early turkey tails growing way over there on a log. Looks like some chicken of the woods, young chicken of the woods. A lot of things we can teach our youth, and we need to teach our youth out here in these woods, so that kind of stuff doesn't get lost. Trail's descending now. Tells me we're getting closer and closer and closer. A little bit wider trail through here, opened up a little bit. It varies back and forth, but the trail's easy to follow. There's not a lot of feeder trails that go off of it for you to accidentally get on the wrong trail. Mainly when you first come in, just off of the trailhead. And then where it breaks off heading towards the horse camp. The only two major forks. Looks like the time now is 12:05. So I'm just under 2 hours so far on this trail. I expected it to be about a 2-hour hike in, between 2.5. And as of right now, I'm about 5 minutes out from being 2 hours. I haven't taken any breaks, but I have stopped a couple times for the camera to take some pictures and some videos. Things like that. So I walk at a pretty brisk pace. I'm a pretty fast hiker, most people say. So, you know, this trail you can expect to take you anywhere between 2.5 hours. Probably that 2 hour and 15-minute mark is a good judge here. So that's kind of the point of me coming out here today and doing this trail. I'm on a pre-trip basically for my scout troop coming out here. I need to know there's some shoe prints going out and some shoe prints going in. So let's see what we have up here. There's only one car in the parking lot, a little blue Subaru thing, I think. But as I was saying, I'm on a pre-trip in, seeing how long this will take. So when I do bring my scouts out here and we get out on a Friday, I know exactly. Sounded like water hitting the leaves there, which is interesting because we haven't had any rain. So I'm not sure where that water is coming from. Unless there's a squirrel trying to pee on me up there or something, but it's very interesting because there's definitely water coming down right there. Not sure. But I want to make sure when I get my scout troop out of school and we get on the road on a Friday night, we've got plenty of time to get out here, do that hike back here before it gets dark. So planning is an important thing, folks. You have to know what you're getting into. There's no fun being in the middle of a brand new trail you've never been on before, trying to get to a campsite and not being able to make it because either A, you get lost on the wrong trail, or it takes longer, or whatever the reason is. It's good to know, and if you're by yourself, that's one thing, but if I'm going to be out here with my boys, the rest of my troop, I want to make sure we do it right. So we're out here hiking it today. One, so I can get familiar with the trail, and two, so I can know the time frame that it's going to take to get out here. Get camp set up. where to camp, that kind of thing. So. For those of you boys that are in 301 that are watching this, what's up? Hope you guys are going to join me on this trip. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a good hike. It's been an easy hike, so don't be afraid. Just make sure you have the right gear and come on out here. We're going to have a lot of fun here soon. A lot of beech trees in this area. I've noticed it's kind of changed over a little bit from the pine growth into more of an open with beech and oak through here. A lot of beech trees. No sign of the water on either side, but I'm definitely on top of a ridge, and it drops off here on both sides, and I'm sure at that point heads down towards water. This trail should follow the Peninsula Trail. Let's see on the GPS where we're at now. So yeah, we're definitely out on the peninsula. And getting really close here. Dropping the Garmin for about the third time today. Thank you, Garmin, for being built well. See up ahead another pine grove, so now we're changing back over from beech trees into a more pine section. Lots of pine. Beautiful area. I've seen videos where a lot of people say they would almost take camping up here in this pine area over down by the water just because it's so beautiful up in here. And I definitely see why. It's pretty. You can smell the pine. Ground cover's good. Plenty of areas for hammocks if you wanted a hammock camp, which everybody knows is the best way. Again, hikers, when you see something like this, help out and let's get these logs off the trail, both for other hikers and for the horses that come through here. Still great big thick pine forest here. Now it's pretty much all there is pine. Going back through here, I don't see a whole lot of other trees towering through this canopy. definitely a good little trip, whether someone wants to do a day trip, day hike, you know, in and out, or if you're gonna camp here for the night, camp here for the weekend, the week, whatever you want to do. I definitely recommend Peninsula Trail. So far, it's been very good to me. But it could easily be done in a day. Go in, take your hammock, set it up on the lakeside shore, and fish or camp or take a nap in the hammock or whatever you want to do, and hike back out, or just stay the night or stay a couple days. Either way, this is an easy trip. I would probably rate this as a pretty kid-friendly trail for the most part. Hasn't really been anything I see that any younger person could not handle. The length of it one way is supposed to be around 4.7 miles, I think. And I haven't checked the GPS to see how accurate that is, but I will when we get to the end down here. But about 5 miles in and 5 miles out is kind of what you're looking at. As you see here, the trail's thinning out quite a bit. Pretty overgrown in this one little area. Weeds on both sides, spider webs covering it. There are some more footprints, so someone's been back through here pretty recently. But with the amount of spider webs that I've got hitting my face, I don't know if it's been today or if it was last night. I would say probably yesterday. This is definitely a thinner area. As you can see, there's good trail maintenance through here. They've got a log that runs this trail with what looks like crushed gravel next to it. So even though it's thin, it's easy walking and easy to know that you're staying on this trail. A little bit of water buildup, which that log probably helps. Now it's on both sides here. See, a log running through that side and a log running through that side here that helps keep that trail dry. So thank you guys, because someone had to get those in all the way to this part of the trail. So whoever did that, I appreciate it. I'm sure everyone else does as well. Back to kind of a crushed gravel. So very easy walking, other than it being narrow. It's an easy hiking trail in this part. You notice the structure's changed around here. Now it's overgrown weeds. I see pines on the other side here, but everything we've got around us, I wouldn't want to have to rush through that and go cross country. Thorns and ticks and everything. So. Young pines coming up. Nature at its finest. You can see there's Daddy Pine. Some walnuts. A lot of different trees back through here. On both sides here. It's like about a 5-inch, 6-inch diameter cut post. Metal nails in them holding them down. So I mean, someone's worked hard to put these here. Got a hiker up ahead here, folks. How you doing, bud? You good? How are you today? Heading in, heading out? Hi. How just going on? Oh, there you go. Going in or going out?
Going out.
Going out? How is it down there?
It's beautiful.
Awesome. Awesome. Enjoy it. You in the blue car?
Yeah.
That's it. It's just you and me down here. You too. So there's our only other hiker down through here. Looks like he was down last night heading out. It sounds like we're going to have the beach side to ourselves. Pretty cool. See what it's like down here. Still narrow part of the trail. Little thorns coming out onto it through here. Got to brush through some weeds and stuff, which always gives you that risk of ticks. So definitely would recommend some good soy or other permethrin product. Help protect against the ticks and stuff while you're out here. It's a little cooler today, so it hasn't been too bad for the mosquitoes, but when I have stopped a couple times, I've had a few of them flying around. Not too bad. Back into a lot of pine growth right in through here. Still a very well maintained trail, as you can see here. This gives you a great example of just the work they've put into this to keep this trail open and nice and easy to hike. Can't express enough gratitude to those that do that for the rest of us out here. So, the nice part is now I'm not getting any cobwebs, because our other gentleman there was kind enough to take all those to the face, and I was kind enough to take all of them to the face up to his point, so he should have a good walk back to the car. You guys will notice I carry my Kelty hiking trekking poles that I'll talk a little bit more about later. Those are such a valuable tool, not just for the hiking part of it, to help keep you from getting tired and able to go farther, but also you'll notice a lot of times I'm walking, you'll see me just kind of swinging those up as I go through this brush. And I do that so hopefully the poles take the spider webs going across the trail and not my face taking them. So if you guys were out here, it might look funny because I do a great big swinging arm motion sometimes when I'm walking with these trekking poles, and that's because I'm trying to get those cobwebs down. If you're ever hiking with a buddy, my recommendation is be second in line. Unless you're hiking with scouts. And when you do that, don't put the shortest guy in front, because it doesn't help. So, alright, I see a little feeder trail going off here, and it definitely opens up over there. Looks like there's a campsite right there, just off trail, maybe 20 yards. So we're definitely coming close to the end of the lake. See, that's got a little trail maintenance that needs done that someone else just came through here but didn't take the time to clear this out, so we will, because we're scouts and that's what we do. Coming up here, looks like it's used to keep the spacing of these logs. Got to kind of watch your step right here. If you weren't paying attention and it was dark, might be a little trip hazard. Oh yeah, it's definitely seeing lake up ahead. That's a good sign. trail looks like it turns here and heads straight down to the water. That's exciting. Boys, if you're watching this, when you see that view, that's when you know you're there. The lake's a beautiful thing. Looks like there's some vultures or something flying around down here I see off in the distance, but I mean, as you can see here, it's opened up quite a bit. The grass is tall. If it was down, it would almost look like a state park setting right here, but the grass, the weeds are a little tall. You could still set up camp up in there, but we'll see as we get down here more what it's like. Early spring, I imagine all that growth hasn't came up yet. It'd be a great spot for camping. Couple feeder trails here, one going off down the lakeside that way, and one that looks like not quite as maintained going that way. Then you got your main trail down to the lake here, and a sign, Peninsula Trail Road, Peninsula Trail number 211, Grub Ridge Trail, where we came from. And here is the lake, folks. You can see straight across over there. Now it's tough, but there's the marina. That is not technically an island. If you look at the map, there's actually a small piece of land that goes out to that, but it's almost an island. Grass has grown up, but it's nice and rocky all down through here. Bigger rocks as you get closer to the lake here. You follow that lake line around down that way, come down here to the water. Tell you what, for those of you that like geodes, geode, 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 geodes. This whole lake shore is just littered with geodes down through here. So the person that really likes to come and enjoy rocks, this is a good place to come to. I will not be filling my backpack up and adding that weight to hiking back out, but I'll enjoy them while I'm here. So let's kind of just walk this trail line or the shoreline here and see what we got. A little bit of brush right along. Whoa, there was a big fish just jumped right there. Probably not more than 20 yards offshore. So the fishing here would be phenomenal for the looks of it. I know my son's been begging me to let him bring his fishing pole when we do this trip here soon. So it looks like this just kind of follows it around a little bit more. You see the lake all through there. There's actually a house way over there on the other side. You can't see, you can just, I can barely see it poking through the woods. There's another one right there. We're gonna walk up this shoreline a little bit here and just look at some places maybe for campsites, so I have an idea when I bring the scouts maybe where we can do some camping. That just kind of follows the shoreline around. Someone's been nice enough to build a nice little rock step here, looks like. little shaky, but oh, look at this. Yeah, I like this. Plenty of trees for hammocks. Big fire ring. It's not far off the main trail. You can see the whole lake here, so I'm guessing this is the main and most desirable camp here at this place. Someone's been burning some wood, got some logs set up, but plenty of trees here for folks to put hammocks or tents or whatever they want to do. So when you come in, the main trail is over that way that leads down to the lake. And I'm guessing that main little feeder trail that I was talking about that went off to the left comes right to this. So that's where we're going to want to end up. This looks like the best campsite I've seen so far. I'll walk around a little bit more and see what else I can find. But I like this. Signing off for now.